What is up, you guys? What is up, Ramley? So, hey, I kind of knew that the Rams were going to play the Bears tough like we always do. We always play them tough, whether it was 2018, 2019, and then now 2020. We play them tough. I just didn't really have any hope that they could go and do what they did against the Bears. So I'm going to give them credit for that. I'm going to give them credit for getting their stuff together. But I also think it could be because of just the matchup in itself. So the Bears have, I think, 2 starters on their offensive line already injured. That they weren't even that good to begin with on the offensive line. But they were able to win games when they're supposed to be won with the defensive performance. So the Rams did a great job, and I got to give it to Sean McVay finally for running the football when he's supposed to run the football. Nothing pisses me off more when Sean McVay does not run the football when it's working. When you see Henderson out there getting like 5-yard dashes, 6-yard dashes, he's got, I think, an average of 4.5 this season. So his running ability right now is at an elite level. I think he's ranked like the second best running back from Pro Football Focus in the league. So he actually makes really good cuts and has really good vision. Like Henderson at this moment is our best running back. Cam Akers, I'm gonna have to blame McVay for not really utilizing Cam Akers, but it could be because he has more hope in Malcolm Brown. But either way, Henderson is running the ball efficiently every time you give him the ball, which is why I do not understand why the Rams get too pass happy in games, especially against the Niners. The run was actually working fairly well with Henderson, but then they would not commit to it, and that's one thing that would piss me off is hey, it's working, just do it. The same way the Niners game plan was, hey, this is working, we'll continue to do it until the Rams prove us otherwise, and that's how they won the game. Unfortunately, I think Shanahan had a game plan and he stuck to it, and McVay was all over the place. So that's one of the reasons why we lost to the Niners. Now, with the Bears, Nagy made a huge error in putting Foles in positions to not succeed. His offensive line is already trash. Nick Foles is, I would say, a competent and decent quarterback. I'm not going to hate on the guy. He's always plays the Rams tough. I mean, he was 2-3-0 against the Rams, and now he finally loses. But they were unable to run the ball efficiently against the Rams defense. So that's one good thing about the Rams defense is they manned the hell up and was right there tackling when they should have tackled. And then a lot of dropbacks for Nick Foles, a lot of passing plays that were just not going to get to the wide receivers because they didn't have time to throw. Donald was a havoc. Justin Hollins was actually impressive. Terrell Lewis is on there, and he was making plays. And I got to give credit to Greg Gaines. He actually was really good at stopping the run. And I'm actually going to watch the game again because I want to see his performance. But I think that the main player on defense was John Johnson. John Johnson was everywhere he needed to be. He was in there for those deep passes that were getting passed through Taylor Rapp, and he was able to break those up. Even though a guy, Terrell Burgess, he ended up getting hurt, but he was playing very, very well on third down and actually coming in at the dime packages on defense. He was able to come in as a linebacker and he was good at covering the tight ends and the slot corner, the slot receivers. He ends up getting hurt, but he was playing really good before he got hurt. He's actually out for the year with a broken ankle, which was a gruesome sight. But hopefully he recovers and he'll be back stronger than ever. To me, he reminds me of a mini John Johnson. But John Johnson, to me, in the backfield was tremendous. No penalties. He was out there just tackling on third down. And I really, really hope the Rams can keep John Johnson at a nice contract. Don't overpay him, because I think you can still find guys like him in the draft. But he's such a team leader. He's such a well-mannered guy. He's basically the perfect athlete and the perfect guy you want on your football team. And he does a great job. And I mean, he did a tremendous job against this Bears defense. So He was everywhere on the field. The only thing he didn't do is get an interception, but Taylor Rapp did, and so did what's our guy. It's Jalen Ramsey. Like, that dude was a baller too. He's a tackling machine. I was like, is Nick Foles actually throwing to Jalen Ramsey's side? Like, he's begging for interception. Sure enough, Terrell Lewis got some pressure on Foles, and then Foles throws it right at Jalen Ramsey. I mean, Jalen Ramsey had to beat his guy to get after the ball and high point it, but he ended up getting the interception. So the Rams look good, man. Defensively, they look good, but I have to say, they did great against a great opponent, a 5-1 team. You know, you're 5-1 for a reason. They beat the Bucs, dude. They beat the Bucs, so it's not like the Bears weren't playing teams. Maybe it's the game plan. I honestly believe it's the game plan. I think when Sean McVay sticks to the run, we get much needed yards, and it works out for our best when it comes to play action passing. Goff wasn't the best in this game, you know, but he was efficient. So he had 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Henderson was the best running back. He had 15 carries for 64 yards. Malcolm Brown actually had some really big plays. He had one play where he basically was pushing, or actually getting the ball right through the Chicago Bears defense, and then he had a little help by the Rams offensive line, and they got really close to the 1 yard line, and then they punched it in like a few plays later for the touchdown. So the Rams, I think, bullied and bodied that Chicago Bears defense, man. And not only that, but there was times where the Bears were gaining pretty good pressure on Goff, but they were making dumb mistakes, like there were offsides, the neutral zone infraction, a lot of hits on the quarterback, like low hit on Goff. Akeem Hicks was false starting a lot, or not false starting. Their offensive line was false starting a lot, and Akeem Hicks had to have like 3 neutral zone infractions. So he was a problem, man, for the Bears defense. But Khalil Mack was still playing good football. Khalil Mack is a tremendous athlete, and I still get angry at the fact that, man, we could have had Khalil freaking Mack on this team, but we ended up picking up that bum Greg Robinson. You know, that's one of the wonders of the Rams world, Rams fans, is being able to have Khalil Mack, like knowing what we know now, and end up getting Greg Robinson instead. But hey, you got Aaron Donald, dude. So Aaron Donald's already a Hall of Famer. Like, he can retire right now in his prime and still be a Hall of Famer. He's going to be literally one of the best Rams. Like, literally, he's Deacon Jones level right now. And that's impressive. So, my guy, Aaron Donald had half a sack, right? But they game planned, and he was able to. They game planned against him, basically. They're like, we're not going to let Aaron Donald destroy us, so we're going to do everything in our power to not let him destroy us. So we'll run the ball away from him. We'll make things where he's not even in the play. But he still got pressure, though. He was still creating QB hurries. He had like 10 QB hurries, so it made made Foles not get comfortable in the pocket. He was overthrowing people. He was underthrowing people. He was throwing it right at our corners. He threw a ball straight up in the air. I'm not lying to you. And Troy Hill actually deflected the pass. Troy Hill, man. I haven't seen that guy make a play since last year against the Bears when he got an interception, I think. So it was a wonderful sight with this Rams defense. I think that was the highlight of the game, was the Rams actually playing defense pretty efficiently. I do think it was part of Nagy's inability to game plan against the Rams, but I mean, if I was him, I would have just attacked our linebackers and ran the football game. Like, it would have been a tight end heavy game with a bunch of run plays, strictly just running after these linebackers. That would have been my game plan. But no, he wanted to actually play football and throw outside and run here and there. And, you know, he actually tried to play football, unlike the Niners. But the Niners won because of the game plan, and the Chicago lost because of their game plan. And McVay actually stuck to the run. He still threw, but he stuck to the run. We were able to create turnovers. We were able to score on some turnovers. We were able to get field goals. Sloman's gone. Sloman has been cut, but we still have these 2 kickers now. I think they signed another kicker, and they already had this kicker like from last week. So I keep telling everybody we should have got Rodrigo Blankenship like in the freaking 6th or 7th round, but the Rams didn't want to listen, and now they have to go into the year looking for a kicker, where they had a kicker right there that was like basically the Heisman winner of kickers. Dude was like the Heisman winner of kickers. They're like, no, we're good. We'll pick this bum from Miami of Ohio who literally looks like Big Ben, and he kicks like he got a kick blocked and all that crap. So it's not like the Rams know what the hell they were doing with signing this kicker. Yeah, you got it right before, but this time you're like, dude, what the hell are you guys doing? But they got 2 kickers, so hopefully those guys are better than Sloman. And then moving forward, man, we got the Dolphins next. You know what? Going from the Niners loss to going to the Bears loss, you're like, dude, McVay, just run the damn ball, dude. Just run the ball. I know that you want to pass the ball. That was my only knock on him from Washington coming to the Rams, is there were times where he would just throw the ball and have like Kirk Cousins throw the ball like 40 times a game. But you can run the ball efficiently. That's the thing. Like, don't make your job harder than it should be. But McVay, he gets too cute with the screens. He gets too cute with all these trickery plays where it looks like you're giving it to the running back, but you're really throwing it to the wide receiver. Like, that shit works every once in a while. But just, you know what? Sometimes you got to get your big boy pants on and just run the football. And you know what? This was one of those games where they were like, hey, Darrell Henderson, here's the ball. Homeboy Malcolm Brown, here's the ball as well. Like, you go and do your thing, dude. And we'll try to, we'll play action passing when it need to be. And they did a good job in the red zone too. Like that touchdown to Josh Reynolds, where it looked like they were waiting for the clock to go down to 0, and then they quickly got on. They formed and they snapped the football and caught the Bears like a little bit off guard, and they scored that touchdown. I was like, oh, that's an actually decent, like, neat play. That's a little trickery without actually being tricked. You're just trying to catch them off guard. And, stuff like that was good by the Rams. It's just, don't overcomplicate things with, all these screenplays on 3rd down. It's like 3rd and 5. Just throw the ball forward, dude. Don't screenplay, because that's basically not going to get you anywhere. And it'll make me make a damn video like this where I have to complain. But other than that, you guys, I thought we had a great game. I think the Rams are looking good to go play the Dolphins. I do think the Rams beat the Dolphins, but you never know, because that Dolphins team beat this Niners team, and they're really good in pass coverage. Like, that defense for the Dolphins is really good in pass coverage, but their run defense is like 32nd. So this could be a game where we beat the brakes off these dudes, or it could be a game where McVay's out there throwing 40, 50 times and running the ball like 10 times in one half, or 10 times in the whole game. It all depends on McVay. It honestly does, in the game plan. And especially the defensive coordinator of this game, Brandon Staley, was actually calling blitzes, and he was kind of getting guys on the line of scrimmage. So it's like, dude, where was that last week? But hey, they redeemed themselves this week against a good opponent. The Bears are not an easy team. I think their game plan was off. I think their offensive line sucks, and it works to our advantage because we have a decent pass rush. It's decent because of Aaron Donald being on the team, but then everyone else is kind of there. But Terrell Lewis was actually pretty good at getting after the quarterback. Brock was good to stop the run. Greg Gaines was good at stopping the run. So I actually had a fun time watching the Rams beat the brakes out of the Bears. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, leave a share, leave a comment. Until next time, you guys, go Rams.